All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Detroit Lions in tonight's video. So yesterday they beat the Chicago Bears 34-17 on the road, and they're now 13-2. And it's just funny because I watched this football game. It was just complete and utter domination. Like it just really was. And, we live streamed last night, and I made a Lions recap victory video yesterday. And my comment section was how they're frauds. The Detroit Lions are frauds. Like it doesn't matter. Oh, you just beat the Bears on the road. Like, congrats, keep glazing them. They're frauds. There were like so many people that backed them up. And then I watched the Vikings game at 4:30 and they win. And I made a Vikings video and everyone's saying, oh, they're frauds. Are we watching the same football games? The Detroit Lions haven't lost back-to-back games since October 2022. That was when they started the season 1-6. They finished that season winning 8 of their final 10, including week 18 win against Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau Field. And so last week, I want to talk about this Bears game a little bit more, but last week the Lions lost to the Bills by 6 points at home in a shootout. Really good team in the Buffalo Bills. It was their first loss in 3 calendar months. And for some weird reason, the NFL media world freaked out. And I just genuinely don't get it. And Aaron Glenn said something phenomenal. I think it was in the post-game presser yesterday. He said, we're 12-2, or sorry, this was, I meant last Tuesday or last Monday after the game, the loss to Buffalo. He said this, we're 12-2. We're 12-2. The sky is falling. We're going to the playoffs. We're in the tournament. Why in the hell is the sky falling for us? We have a chance to win out and accomplishing everything that we want to accomplish. So why would we sit back and wallow and think the sky is falling? It's dumb. And the only people concerned with the Detroit Lions is just the NFL media world. And they're tricking a lot of these people thinking that Detroit's that decimated on defense. Folks, Detroit's defense has been decimated the entire season. So welcome back to the channel. That's it for the 2-minute rant. I hope you guys are enjoying your Victory Monday. You've had a lot of them this season. But before we get into it, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content, along with, I got a Lions channel link, but daily NFL content. Sorry, we're getting a little bit out of wax here. It's a little bit late. Try and get this video to 250 likes, folks. That would mean the absolute world to me. So yesterday, December 22nd, road game against Chicago. Very cold. I'm from Chicago. Very cold. 475 total yards of offense. Jared Goff, 23-32, 336 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had a passer rating of 137. He's now thrown for 4,095 yards, a career-high 33 touchdowns. And check notes. There's still 2 games left on the slate. In the last 3 games alone, Jared Goff has thrown for over 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. And so the offense is what nobody is concerned about. And that, even if this defense was just, it's decimated, but they're getting healthier. We'll get to that in a couple of minutes. But one reason you should never lose faith in the Detroit Lions this year is because of their offense. They're that good. And Jahmyr Gibbs, yesterday, RB1. David Montgomery probably done for the season. Jahmyr Gibbs has always been an RB1. David Montgomery is such a beast. He had an unbelievable season last year. He's had an unbelievable season this year. And I said this in the live stream. I said this in our Lions video yesterday. And so not to just kind of beat it down, but I got a comment on one of these videos saying the Lions are 12-2. I've heard enough about these injuries. Next man up. Like, let's keep it moving. And he's 100% right. And most of the injuries have been defensively. And then David Montgomery goes down and the NFL world freaks out because David Montgomery's a really good running back. But so is Jahmyr Gibbs. 23 carries, 109 yards, 4.7 yards per carry, including a touchdown. He also had 4 catches for 45 yards. Like, there was a reason, even with signing David Montgomery in that offseason 2 years ago, there's a reason they spent a first-round draft pick, lottery-esque, if this was the NBA, on Jahmyr Gibbs. The guy's a stud. And he's on his way to stardom, and eventually he'll be on his way to superstardom. And that's probably going to get going here in the playoffs and in the last 2 games of the regular season because Jahmyr Gibbs is a beast. But usually in a Detroit Lions football game, because you have David Montgomery, Gibbs is only getting 10 to 15 rushes a game. And that's good because you want both of them healthy. But now, obviously Demon's done. So it's just all Jahmyr Gibbs. Another good example of why you should not fear this, or completely wrong worded. A really good example of why you should still fear this Detroit Lions team is Jameson Williams. He ran past Tyreek Stevenson yesterday. He's probably, this has no merit. I have no proof for this, but Jameson Williams is probably the fastest dude in the NFL. 82-yard bomb from Jared Goff yesterday. It was timed perfectly. It was by far his best game as a Detroit Lion member, and this is why he was drafted. He had 5 catches for 143 yards. He's getting closer to a 1,000-yard season. That was an average of about 29 yards per catch yesterday. And then obviously you have Sam Laporta, who's really on fire right now. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. No one's freaking out about this offense. And just to even go a little bit over, the 2024 Detroit Lions are the 4th team in NFL history, folks, to log at least 13 wins, have at least 6,000 net yards, record at least 60 touchdowns, and a point differential of at least 190 through the first 15 games of a season. The only 3 other teams in NFL history who have done this, the 2019 Baltimore Ravens, the 2007 Patriots, and the 1984 Miami Dolphins. So they're breaking records, and they're the best offense in the National Football League. But where all this, media stuff I was talking about at the beginning of the video comes down to defense. Well, I always use this example for when we're talking about, the Lions defense is decimated, and they are. They're getting healthier, though, but I know some injuries like, Carlton Davis, Ali McNeil, these really suck, but it's next man up. Detroit's defense had a pair of turnovers yesterday against Chicago. They allowed just 17 points, which was actually their lowest since week 12, which was about a month ago. They won the takeaway battle with the 2 recovered fumbles, and just in general, I use this example, and I'll say it one more time. Aiden Hutchinson got injured like over 2 months ago. And at that point in time, myself included, overreacted thinking, oh man, I know the trade deadline. We knew the trade deadline was close. We knew that they were going to make a move. A move like Max Crosby seemed like way too good, right? Max Crosby trade deadline move from Detroit because Aiden Hutchinson gets injured, like this kind of a pipe dream. So they make a move for Zadarius Smith, but my point just was, Aiden Hutchinson went down with a season-ending injury, and obviously he'll be back for the Super Bowl when, or if, I won't jinx you, if Detroit makes the Super Bowl. But my point was, just like Aaron Glenn said last week, people thought the sky was falling, and I'm not saying there hasn't been a noticeable difference in the sense of statistics or the eye test because Aiden Hutchinson is a literal superstar, but my point just is, it's next man up. They're still winning football games. They're still playing complete football games, and the defense is still doing what they need to do. And you saw, Melifonwu come back last week, and he had a great job. He had a huge late clutch sack in the 4th quarter. Jalen Reeves-Maybin could return this week. Graham Glasgow is going to be back this week. Alex Anzalone can be lifted from the IR in a couple of days, but like we've been saying since he got injured a month ago, there's really no rush. There's really no rush. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed it. Just a Monday recap, victory Monday recap. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of a rant, but that's it for me. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. And guys, give me a confidence meter, 1 out of 10, 10 being very confident for this Detroit Lions team as the regular season comes to a close. Peace.